feel the heat. Truth on fire, can't stay in the seat. Voices up, let the stories unfold. This is where the real gets bold. Ask Carrol, say it loud. Real conversations, feel the crowd. Real impact, here and now. We bring the truth and show you how. Ask Carrol, ask Carrol.
Welcome, everybody. It's the AskCarrol Talk Show. Welcome is Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. And today we have a special episode lined up for you. Today we are speaking love because love wins. And if you're on the AskCarrol Talk Show from season 1, you will hear these words all the time. Love wins. So today we're loving on each other. We have a special episode lined up for you on this Valentine's Day. Your host, the most, will be in the hot seat today. I will be the guest speaker, and my lovely co-host, Salita, she will be hosting today. So again, welcome everyone to the Ask Carrol Talk Show. Today we are talking about love, and I'm going to turn it over to the host today, Alita. Alita, thank you. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Carol. It is such a privilege to be asked to host the Ask Carol Talk Show. Isn't that amazing, guys? Oh my goodness. Carol, thank you so much. It truly is a privilege. And I just want to say a really warm welcome to each and everyone. I know we've got people logging on from Sweden, from Ireland, from Jamaica, we're from South Africa. We've got people all over the globe. So and my special friend as well, Pamela, she is one of the most gorgeous persons. Pamela, give us a wave there. Oh my goodness, lovely to see you all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I just want to say a warm welcome to each and everyone. And you know what? Carol is now in the hot seat. Can you believe that? And this is so amazing because I get a chance to ask her whatever I want to ask her. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, you can also put your questions, comments, whatever it is, because this is going to be interactive today. So typically today is all about love. Series 3 of the Ask Carrol Talk Show. What do we say about love? Typically, when we think about Valentine's Day, it is this romantic theme and feelings and going out to beautiful restaurants, very romantic. But we can't talk about love without first acknowledging unapologetically that God is love. Won't you agree? Just give me some thumbs up for that. Won't you agree to that? Whatever your religion is, today is not a religious night. But yes, Denise, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Alison. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you for the thumbs up. Because God is love. And you know what? Love is gentle. And it's also consistently kind. Love is incredibly patient, even though sometimes we don't even have the patience sometimes. But love is pure, love is kind. It's a safe place of shelter. Love is not proud or even boastful, but true love never stops loving. That's my mantra for you today. True love never stops loving. So, Carol, my question to you now, because you're in the hot seat today, but I just love Carol because she's just true to herself. She is so honest and so open, and she also is someone that never stops loving. So, Carol, what would you say to your audience that is connected to you today and the listeners? What would you say to them about this movement that is in your heart, our heart, as we go on this journey from one to another? And I'm specifically speaking about the agape love, this love that is unconditional. Because I think we have to define love, because love comes in different ways, form, shapes, formats. What would you say is the agape for you, like person?
Anita, thank you for having me. Yes, I'm in fact in the hot seat today, and the seat is very hot because when you think of love, you think of fire. You think of a lot of people associate love with red in regards to color. So a lot of people says it's fiery hot. The true love and my first love, and I'm talking from my personal experience, my true love, my first love is God. And that's the love of God. And there's some people might not believe in God. That's okay. But my love is God. It's that unconditional love that He has given me. So I can even be on this platform today. So yes, God is love. That is my true love.
Oh, thank you so much for that. And in the vein of that you spoke about, thank you so much, Sandy. In that vein of talking about true love, if you have been raised, and I think this is a question that is such a pertinent question. What if you were raised as a child in a household that displays absolutely no love or affection, and now you're an adult? Um, would you know how to show or express that love if you've never seen what love is as a child growing up? Have you ever seen anything like that throughout, your experience with others or just generally?
Yes, that's actually a very good question, Alita. So fortunate for me, I grew up in a house that was filled with love. My dad passed away when I was approximately 9 years old, and my mom and my siblings and extended family never ceased to show love. So for me, love resonated with me from a little girl growing up to an adult. But in my daily travels, in my experiences throughout life into adulthood, I have seen, I have heard people who never experienced that love in a family, a broken family, who never experienced it. It was hard.
How old are you? 11. Okay.
Thank you. It was very hard for them who never experienced love to show that love. And because of that, it affected so many areas of their life, their personal relationship, their relationship with their family, their children, with strangers, with friends. So it can definitely have a psychological effect on you if you never experience love from the onset, from a child growing up.
Thank you. Thank you so, so much. Because I've seen somewhat where it's difficult for people to show emotions. And if you haven't been raised in that, you would need someone that has love in their heart to help you along the way to say, this is how you love. So there's various kinds of languages for love. What would you say, Carol, is your love language? What's your love language? And as I'm asking Carol this question, ladies and gentlemen, I told you that this is going to be so interactive. Can you just pop in the chat as Carol is going to answer the question? What is your love language? Is it a rose? Is it just being respected? Is it just being appreciated? Is it a bunch of flowers? What is your love language? Just pop that in the chat. Carol, what is your love language?
It's one word, love. I say it all the time. I love you. To my amazing co-host, Alita, I love you. To everyone that's on this platform, I love you. And that's my love language. Don't give me flowers. Don't give me roses. Just give me love and say it. Say it and mean it. I love you.
Fantastic, fantastic. And in London, I must say that for those of you who would visit London, in London or in the UK, we show the language of love. You're on the train, you're at the bus stop, you're everywhere you go. It's we always hold hands, we kiss, we touch, even just at the dinner table. It's a constant language for us here in the UK. So perhaps traveling to another country, it would be quite different. But I'm so pleased about what you've said, Carol. Love, and I love you right back as well. Can I just ask you then, Carol, what is the worst Valentine's date you've ever been on? I know you're married now, but I mean, even from before you're married, what's the worst Valentine's date you have ever had? Because we've all gone through something at some point in time.
Wow, you're taking me back to memory lane. Oh, wow. If I should be totally honest, which I am, I have never had a worse Valentine's gift or date. I can go back all the way to, wow, over 20 years. I got lucky. I say all the time, I'm not lucky. I got blessed that I'm married to an amazing man. And I've never had a worse gift or Valentine's date. So I got blessed and lucky.
Fantastic. And thank you so much for that. And not everyone can actually say that, you know that, because I see where some of you have put in the chat, respect is your love language. Just being caring is your love language. And if I look again, someone says consistency is a love language. And I think that is so, so beautiful. And that tells you that we are so unique in our own way, and we are just blossoming and blooming and flourishing in our own way. So thank you so much, guys, for just popping that in the chat. I've got another question for you guys as well, and it is for Carol because she's in the hot seat today. But I want you also. Do you guys sometimes check your partner's phone if you feel a little bit suspicious,
Well,
or you feel as if, oh, he's coming home a little bit late, or oh, it's not quite right? Because we ladies have got this intuition thing going on. You know, do you think it is okay to check your partner's phone if you feel suspicious? That's a deep question right there, but a provocative one as well. Carol, what's your take on that?
my take that is that question is a troublemaker question. But here in the Ask Carol show, it's a safe place and we have fun and it's real conversations, real impact. So I am actually going to answer that question honestly. Back in the days when my relationship was young, yes. Yes. Over the last 15, 16, 18 years, many, many years, I have not done that. I never had a reason to do it. But if I should be honest, yes, I've actually done that back in the day.
So, guys, just pop something in the chat. Do you think it's okay? Just say okay, not okay. What do you guys think? You don't want my opinion tonight, but please, please do drop that in the chat. Is it okay to check his phone if all of a sudden you've noticed things sort of, just little changes about him or about her? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Is it okay to check his or her phone? Just a yes in the chat or no in the chat, that will do. That's
Be
absolutely
careful
fine.
what you're looking for too, Alita. Sometimes you might check and you might see something you don't want to see. So be careful if you have to check. What
Exactly.
you're searching for, you will find it.
It's so true. And I see Pamela doing this. She's like, absolutely. So we're saying that we'll just leave that for now because, and then again, people do that and it disrupts their whole relationship because it could be something that is so innocent, but then we interpret it in a different way. And by not looking at the phone, because I think someone put in the chat about respect. Respect is also so key. So on that same vein, let me ask you a question then. If you've been in a relationship and you've moved on from that relationship, we've got people in different situations that's online. Do you think you can be friends with your ex, even though you've moved on? There's no junk in your trunk at all. You've moved on, you're starting something new. Do you think it is okay to still be friends with your ex? Or do you think that I'm okay with that? We're homies, we can talk, we're friends. What's your thinking on that, Carol?
My take on that is one word. Yes. I think if you have a perfectly healthy relationship with your ex and your present partner knows about your ex and knows the relationship and friendship that you had, and you're being honest about it and respectful about it, it is perfectly okay, in my opinion, to be friends with your ex. As long as you settle it, there's no junk in the trunk, there is no sneaking around the corner. It's an open, honest, and respectful relationship. Yes, you can be friends with your ex.
I think that's absolutely brilliant. That is so good because one of the takeaways or the caveat in what Carol has said is that you can literally, as long as it's open, it's respectful, and also that you can come together. It's not secretly meeting, but it's very open. That means your husband or your wife is aware of this friendship, and that's where it is more important. I want to be the devil's advocate. Yeah. What if, Carol, or the audience, what if you've got an ex and this ex, you really, really had loved your ex? Let's say it's your high school sweetheart. And it so happens that that's your first love. That's where the butterflies were. That's where everything happened. That's where, oh my God, you are on top of the mountains. And it so happened that he made a mistake and it really wounded your heart and you moved on. But some people online say, I never stopped loving you. Can you still be have friendship with your ex, knowing that there is still something in your heart for that person because it's your first love, or even if it's not your first love, but someone that you truly loved? What's your thinking on that? I'd love to get the perspective as well from the male as well that is online. But Carol, what's your thoughts on that?
I think if there's no hurt in the past, if there's no trauma, mental or psychological trauma, and you have moved on, and we talk about respect earlier, and you're respectful about it, and boundaries, you have to set those boundaries as well. If I'm not in a relationship, maybe something to be considered. If I am in a relationship, then and I know that person is still deeply in love with me, there has to be a clear understanding that you do not cross the boundaries. There has to be respect to my present partner.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you so much for that. But here we've got some beautiful comments here. We're just gonna smash the comments as we're asking you these questions, Carol. Is that okay with you as well?
Oh, go right ahead. This is Ask Carrol Talk Show.
Fantastic.
Real
Oh,
conversations, real impact.
oh my goodness. I love this chat. Okay, so here comes Michael has thrown a spanner in the wheel, and I love this. Michael says, mm-mm, not okay. Love respects privacy. And I love that, Michael. And then he says here, Pamela says, absolutely not. Those are my words. Her words is no. Sandy says, no, you can get in trouble. I'm right up your street, Sandy. And here comes maybe friends from a distance. Yeah, just to be careful. May, as long as that ex is respectful. Thank you, Denise, for this. I love this. Here's what Denise says. She says, as long as that ex is respectful and has no more feelings involved. Because sometimes these are little things that may cause a little bit of fireworks. And I love this one. Angela says, what about visiting your ex? Oh my God. Angela's pushed the boat way out into the middle of the sea. I love this, Angela. Angela, what's your thought when you say, what about visiting your ex? What do you mean? Just comment again for me. What do you mean? Are you visiting your ex with your current partner or with your current spouse? Or are you visiting your ex on the outskirts? Which one? What are you thinking? Tell me what are your thoughts. I'm going to come back to you. And Michael says, friendship with your ex demonstrates that you've healed from a trauma. Wow, beautiful. Oh my God. I need an applause for that. Hold on a second. I really do need an applause for that. Michael, thank you so much for that, because that for me is so key. And Sharon says, facts, respect, and honesty. Beautiful, beautifully said. Thank you so much for engaging with us. Do you also, I want to engage you just a little bit more. What is your absolute best or worst piece of romantic advice you've ever received? And I think this question for you, Carrol, you've been married for a loved up long time, and you've got lots under your belt that you are able to speak. What is your absolute best advice whilst you were early stage of marriage? I want to take you back to when you just got married, because whilst you were dating, you were in bliss. And we all go through that phase. Now you're married and living with the person. What is the absolute best or worst piece of romantic advice you have ever received? And the second question is what you would say to the audience that are not yet married.
Wow, that's a tough one, but I do have an answer. The best advice I got in my early days of dating and even in my early years in marriage was love me or leave me. What you see is what you got. Love me or leave me. What you see is exactly what you're getting. And what I've advice that I've ever given. Wow. You will often, if you're very close to me, or if you're in my small or my inner circle, you will hear me say, pray about it. I often say that if there's an issue with love or marriage or friendship, even friendship or relationships, you will often hear me say, have you prayed about it? Talk to your person about it. Talk to your partner about it. Communication is the key. So you will hear me say that a lot.
Thank you, thank you. And can I just ask you then, Carrol? You mentioned pray about it. What if you've got audience that are online now that they're not praying people, they don't know about prayer? What would you say to them? Because they don't know about prayer, or they don't understand that, or they're not affiliated with a religion. What would you say to them from that perspective? Just
Communication.
practical advice.
Yeah, absolutely. Communication, real conversations, real impact. And that might be the logo on the Ask Carol show, but it's very aligned with our lives. Real conversations, real impact. Have that real conversation with your partner. Have that real conversation with your spouse, and it will give you a real impact.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I want to push this boat just a little bit out further. What if you're in this relationship and you don't feel as if you're heard in the relationship? You don't feel as if you can communicate with your spouse or your partner, or you feel as if every time I go to communicate something that is in your heart, and he's not listening, or she's quite dismissive about something that you really, let's say for example, something is going on in the relationship, and you want to say to them, when you do this or when you say this, it actually hurts my feelings. Or if there's a situation with it, because no relationship is perfect, because you have your ups, you have your downs, you've got your bumps, you've got your lumps. How do you navigate in this relationship where you're finding one person is finding it very, very difficult to have a conversation with the other person simply because they're dismissive, they don't feel as if they're heard, they don't feel as if I've got a voice in the relationship. I just have to do as I'm told. What would you advise?
So that's a good question. So if you have done all that, I am a believer in marriage counselors, marriage therapists, psychological therapy. I am a big fan of those folks or in that profession because they go to school and they study for a reason. So if all else fails, seek help. Seek help. No man is an island. There's a cliche that says no man stands alone. There's another cliche that says it takes a village. And sometimes you really don't want a village in your relationship. But if it takes a village, a good village, not the negative village, a positive village to influence that relationship and make it work, go for it.
Oh, fantastic. I love that. Thank you so much for that. And these are just keys that Carol is actually dropping for us. And I trust that you'll be able to take these as takeaways today. One of the things, this whole AI thing, everywhere you go, AI does everything for you now. And because we're now living in the technological advanced age where you don't even have to do anything by the click of a button, you can swipe left or you can swipe right. You choose wherever you want to swipe. Do you guys think, and I want to engage the audience now, is social media running modern love? Do you think social media, just pop it in the chat here. Yes, no. Would you ever date online dating? Have you ever tried it? Are you quite old fashioned? Like, no, I like to have just an organic relationship. Or would you try social media? So whilst you type,
Unfortunately,
yeah, yeah,
go ahead.
go ahead,
Unfortunately, this
Carol.
is the world. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the world that we live in where the AI is literally where some of us that is so consumed by AI. We go to AI for research, for medical, for love, for everything. Is AI gonna actually teach us how to make love? Could be. That could be in the future. But that's the reality of social media. And a lot of people have done online datings. It's recommended for some. It's not for everyone, especially if you're younger than 18. It's just, or in your late teens. I don't think it's recommended because the world is not safe. The world is not safe. So it's highly likely that you will get hurt. So I personally don't recommend it, but I see it's being very popular, widespread, all these different dating sites. I have personally known of relationships from some of those sites that actually turned out to be an amazing relationship, ended up in marriage and children, and very successful. But I think majority there might be some concerns. I can't personally speak from an experience because I've never done or experienced online dating. So it's kind of hard, but from what I've heard and from what I've read and seen across the globe, it could be some potential concerns there.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Carol. What do you guys think? Would you ever do online dating? What's your thoughts on that? Would you ever do just say yes or no in the chat, or you've tried it? Or if you've tried online dating and it's worked for you, because I know of people that online dating has worked for them, have been married, still married, and have children. Would you ever consider online dating, ladies and gentlemen? What's your thinking? Just pop something in chat. You've tried it, but no. So it doesn't work there. And someone else was I don't think it's for me. Thank you so much for that, Michelle. I don't think it's for me for some of the reasons Carol has mentioned, which I think is absolutely brilliant. I think you have to do what works for you because we're in this technologically advanced age where everything, as Carol has said, everything, it's just online. So you're probably going to meet someone and what they've sent you on AI is generated AI. And you don't know if you're safe. As Carol has said, the world is not safe. So, Michelle, thank you for that comment. We do respect that. Thank you so much. So, Carol, if you weren't okay, no online dating because most times they're not truthful. That is absolutely correct. Thank you, Sharon, for that. They're not truthful. They perhaps have a picture that's Carol is probably from 10, 15 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So you meet the person, it's like, oh my God. So you just try to just go left instead of going straight. And Michael has put a very interesting message here. Social media is a make-believe world. While online dating may work for a while, relationships require physical touch and interactions. Oh my God. And that leads me to a really, thank you for that, Michael. That's such a good question. So therefore, do you guys believe in a long distance relationship? As Michael says, the touch, the feel. Can you ever do a long distance relationship?
Personally, for me, I've been married for many years, so I can't really relate to a long distance relationship. And if I should go back many, many years ago, I have experienced it a little bit. It was not fun. Like Michael says, I believe in touchy feeling. I am very personable. I like to touch. So long distance relationship will not work for me, but I'm sure it will work for someone else in our audience or across the board. But it's not for me.
It's not for you. So help me out, ladies and gentlemen. What's your thinking about long distance relationship? Would that work for you? Are you a touchy-feely person that you feel as if connection is so important? Because God has designed us for relationship. He says it's not good for man or woman to be alone. So what do you think? So thank you so much for that. Someone has said that I'm in one right now. How is that working for you? Pamela, can you just unmute for one moment? I'd love to engage you.
Yes.
Um, how is the long distance relationship? How does that work for you?
Well, we stumbled into it the second day as part of my doctoral program. So I met him in June. We were together for 2 weeks, and then he came up for my birthday in October. We talk, we Zoom, we're texting, phone conversations, and we had another 2 week intensive just in January. We were together every day for 2 weeks, and I guess it's kind of hard to read at times. That's what I said about consistency. I need a little more consistency.
Thank you. Thank you, Pamela. What's your thoughts on that, Carol, on what Pamela's just said?
Uh, yeah, Pamela, I get it. I get it. But again, it's individualized. It's not one size fits all. For me, I know personally it wouldn't fit for me. For you, it could be something else. For someone else, I see something popped up in the chat, Alita. Maybe you can get that about being in
Yeah.
a relationship for 15 years. So it's not a one size fits all. It's individualized.
Thank you so much for that. And here, Jordan, thank you so much for this. And this is so profound, what Jordan has said, because we're looking at different sides of the coin. And Jordan has said, I did a long distance relationship and marriage for 5 years, and I'm still happily married for 15 years now. I've got to celebrate you. Come on now. I have to celebrate you, Jordan. Thank you so much for that. So what it's saying, as Carol has said before, it's very much so an individual thing. It is what works for you because one doesn't fit all. What is it? And then she says here, which is beautiful, communication and being able to trust your person. And that is amazing. Thank you so much for that, Jordan. And Sandy also says, Carol, Sandy says, I found, oh, this is so beautiful. It's Happy Valentine's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what Sandy says, and this is so beautiful. I found my now husband online and I'm now happily married. Yes, long distance was a bit of a concern, but we stuck it out until we met up personally. And we have been together for over oh God, I've got to cheer you. 15 years. Come on, Sandy. We love you, Sandy and Jordan. This is so amazing. Love works if you can work it. Love works according to what Jordan says, communication and being able to trust your other half. So thank you so much for engaging in that. But can I ask you this question? So now we want to go a little bit deeper now, Carol. In your relationship or that which you have known of others, it could be friends, it could be family, do you believe that love can ever survive a betrayal in a marriage?
Ooh, I am in the
We
hot
want to,
seat.
we want to go deep today. And even for you guys, please do. I want this to be interactive. Have you ever been in a relationship where there is some form of betrayal, and you know that betrayal can hurt to the core of your bones? That just looking at the person, you just remember this betrayal, and it hurts, and it hurts, and it hurts. Do you think that love can ever, and this is ever, like ever survive this betrayal? Please be honest. Carol, talk to me.
Real conversations, real
Real
impact.
conversation.
I have never experienced hurt in that form. So it's hard for me to speak on it because I've never experienced. And sometimes you don't experience something, it's hard for you to even articulate what someone else is even going through. But I feel for those who have experienced a very bad betrayal and is still deeply in love with that person. I'm not sure how to answer that. So maybe the audience can help me out here because I've never experienced a hurt or betrayal and then trying to maintain love with that person. So I'm sorry, I cannot speak on that because I just don't know.
Okay. No, that's what we love about the Ask Carrol show. Carol will never make up a story. This is real conversation. This is open. This is honest. This is the place that you are safe to talk about absolutely anything. So I open the platform. If you want to unmute your microphone, that's absolutely fine. But talk to me. Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt as if you were silenced? Have you ever felt as if, you've been so wounded and hurt in this relationship? Can you still love that other half or spouse the way you loved them before? Or will you hold back? What do you think? I love that. Oh, thank you so much. So I've got to read this out. Michael says, with time, counseling, and honest conversation, it can survive. And I say thank you so much for that, Michael, because this is a mature approach. This approach that Michael says, time, which is the master of all things. Counseling is always seek professional help. I mean, we're in no position here, just so you know, that we are in no position here to give advice. This is just an open conversation, just so you guys know. But this time and counseling and honest conversation, it can survive. I'm a survivor. Come on now. You know this. Come on now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know, because none of us are perfect in anything that we do. So thank you so much for that. And Jordan says it all depends on the after effect from both parties. One may forgive and move on, and one may never be able to let go. Oh my God, that is so powerful. Oh my God. Jordan, you better unmute for me and talk back to me. Jordan, I've got another question for you. Are you all right, Jordan, to speak where you are? Just give me a thumbs up and I'll know that you're all right to ask you another question. Jordan? Okay, I've got to laugh out loud. We will laugh with you. But Jordan, this is such another mature answer. It depends because one can forgive and the other will never ever forgive. So that leads me to my next question because in a relationship, what you'll find is that in this current age and time, women are no longer the cavemen in the past where they do as they're told and the husband is the one that carries the weight. Now you've got women that are doctors, that are lawyers, doctors. These women are now taking the platforms by storm, unapologetical. Can I just say that? They're holding their own. Do you think that we are, and I'm throwing this out to the audience, it's directed at Carrol, but I'm also throwing it out to the audience as well. Do you think that you are too independent for relationships in nowadays? Because as I mentioned, women are in some high, powerful positions and jobs. As for me, I'm in investment banking. So when you think of women that are in investment banking, they are bringing down monies that can buy a house in 1 hour if she decides to make that offer. So my question therefore is, are women nowadays too independent for relationships nowadays? What's your thinking on that, Carol?
That's a very good point. We have some strong women all over this world. And yes, I do believe after a while, if a woman is single and then she got into a relationship and she is powerful and, authority, I think my opinion is that it's going to be hard for her to accept that from a male from her spouse or partner. It's going to be hard because after a woman has been doing this on her own, she cannot differentiate how to receive or accept gifts because she can buy her own gifts. There's an old saying that says, what can you give me that I can't give myself? But you can give love. You might not can give financial stuff, but you can give love. So it's really hard. Some women are receptive to it, and some women could not handle it. Because they felt that they have been holding it down for so long and they can do this on their own, they can do that on their own. They can even love themselves on their own. But it's going to be a little challenge to receive it. Just my opinion.
Oh, thank you so much for that. What's your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? I love this. So here's what Sharon says. Thank you so much for this coming, Sharon. Sharon says, absolutely categorically not. She says no. That was my emphasis, absolutely categorically. Everybody needs love and affection. And thank you so much for that, because at the end of the day, Carol, you've got to take your work hat off. Because now you're a wife, you're a spouse, whatever it is. Now you come back home. Teddy Pendergrass has this song, and I love it. I wish I'm not a singer, but I'll just say the words. He says, "It feels so good loving somebody, and somebody loves you back." And that's a fact. Come on now. I know you all know this word. It feels so good. I see Michelle smiling, but it's one of the sweetest things when you get home. Carol, talk back to me. When you get home from a tough day at work and your spouse just give you some real love. And I'm not talking about sex. I'm just talking about just beautiful love, a touch, a smile, a glass of wine, a meal, just something. Carol, talk back to me. How does that feel? Wow, talk back to me, please.
Okay, so Lita, you can't sing, but here it is. It's so good, loving somebody and someone love you back. And that's a fact.
Come on.
It is a fact. It is a fact. It feels good. It really, let me tell you, my friends, love is a beautiful thing. If you have never experienced true love, It's hard to describe, but love is such a beautiful thing, and you are correct. I just wanted to piggyback on the comment that someone made earlier about being powerful, and yes, you can receive that love because you have to take that authoritative hat off. You have to take off that independent woman hat off and said, yes, I want to receive love. And you're right, Alita. Love doesn't have to be sex. Love can just have that cuddly feeling after a long day's work, after a hectic day, if you're in the type of job that you're in. Just rub your feet. That can go a long way. It goes a long way. For my personal relationship is I pull up in the driveway, honey, can you park the car for me? I'll park left, I'll park twisted. My car is not straight in the driveway. And that is one of my love languages. Honey, can you park the car for me, please? So, yes, love is a beautiful thing. When you give it and you receive it, it's just such a beautiful thing.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm in love all over again now. I can just feel the love online. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that, Carol. And Jordan has left us a very interesting comment. So before Sharon says no, and Jordan says yes, she says, yes, I found a lot of women who are career oriented and focusing on themselves rather than seeking the traditional family. I think it has to do with
Yes.
self love. Women found power in loving themselves and accepting their happiness instead of depending on man. Come on now, Jordan. And then she goes further now because you see, with Jordan, Jordan is not surface. She excavates, so she goes right down. She's a deep one. She says, love is beautiful. Love is such a beautiful thing. And being in love with someone who loves you back, oh my God, she says it's magical. Thank you so, oh my God, I've got to put up some hearts here. Jordan, thank you for that. Love is beautiful. And remember, when we opened up, we said we can't even go into talking about love without saying that God is love. And we here at the AskCarrol Talk Show, we love you. That's why we have not even gone out as yet. It will happen later on, but we needed to jump online and give you some of this love. And here's what Michael says in the comments. Thank you so much for that. My perspective is that men make money to take care of their spouses and families, while most career women make money for themselves and ignore relationship. In that, they become competitive in their approach to relationships. My God, I got to read this again. Carol, hear what Michael says. This is mature conversation that's going on here. Michael's perspective, and I love when Michael comes in because now he's giving you from the other side of the coin. So he's telling you from a male perspective. And he says that men make money to take care of their spouses and family. Right there is telling you that I am a provider. I am a man who looks after my family and my spouse. He says, while most career women make money for themselves and ignore relationships, in that they become competitive in their approach to relationships. What's your take on that, Carol? Wow.
Michael, I
Thank you.
disagree. I respectfully disagree, Michael, to some degree. It's not one size fits all. And I am in the corporate world and I work among some powerful, strong women. And based on their stories, they're able to do both. From what I heard, it's not just you take care of the family and mine is mine and ignore the relationship. I've heard some really, really positive stories, and it's 2026 also where women are just making more than men, some women that is, and they still have that mutual, that happy medium. So in some degree, Michael, I disagree, and in some degree, you're absolutely correct. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that take on that, Carol. We appreciate that. So that leads me to, does love require sacrifice, Carol? Do you think love
Absolutely.
Does love, hear this question, and I'd really like to hear what you've got to say, ladies and gentlemen. In a relationship, we've talked about long distance relationship. We've also talked about, can you be in a relationship and there's betrayal? Now we want to find out from you guys, and I really want you to interact with us in the chat. Does love require sacrifice? What's
In
your thoughts
everything
on
you
that?
do, in everything you do, there is sacrifice. Just for my friends and family, my beautiful people on this platform, just to come on every Saturday for 1 hour, that is sacrifice. That is love. And it's no different in your relationship. And it could be a marital relationship, it could be a friendship relationship. There is always sacrifice in everything we do, and love is not different. I think loving your spouse, loving your children for that matter, especially if you have not adult, especially if you have small children, just loving your children and taking care of their well-being, that is sacrifice. So love, it's a full-time job. It is a sacrifice. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for that. And what's your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Do you sacrifice in your relationship at all? Or do you feel that you ought not to make any sacrifice? You just leave it on a plateau. What's your thoughts on that? Talk back to me, ladies and gentlemen. What's your thoughts? Do you sacrifice in your current relationship? Or have you sacrificed before? Has he sacrificed for you? Because remember, Pamela mentioned that, it takes effort, communication, planning, and timing in a long distance relationship. That right there is a sacrifice. Do you sacrifice at all in your relationship?
He
We're
he
talking.
sac oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Pamela.
Yes, he sacrificed. We were writing sermons and I wasn't on point. He wrote both of my sermons and then stayed up throughout the night to write his. So that was a big sacrifice. And they were great sermons. I delivered them. They were great. But that was a sacrifice. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for that. So you see, there are sacrifices. I think where there is love, Carol, we talked that love is gentle and it's consistently kind. That's the operative word. It's consistently kind. When you love, you think of a rose garden that you really absolutely love. The beautiful petals, what you love, you don't hurt. What you love, you sacrifice for. Some of you here, you've got children. There's nothing that you would not do for your children. Absolutely nothing that you would do for your children. Love requires a sacrifice. Love is so patient and it's pure. It is so kind. It's a safe place. It's a safe place that when Carol, as she says, honey, can you park the car for me? He knows his baby is tired. He takes the key because there's a saying that says, I am my beloved and my beloved is mine. When you love, ladies and gentlemen, as we're coming to a close, we've got 5 more minutes. And I just want to leave these words with you as we speak with Carol. She is the founder of the AskCarrol Talk Show. We're in season 3, and she has been absolutely smashingly amazing week after week after week after week. She comes on with professionals. She comes on with incredibly just the thoughts and the love that she has for us. The last 2 weeks she brought on children, young people, teaching what's happening in our society, mental health. She brings on for you guys week after week after week. And we just want to say, Carol, we thank you for your sacrifice of love that you show us. We appreciate you because love is appreciation. Love is that you have made the Ask Carrol Talk Show a safe place for us where we can be open and honest and disagree with respect, but still there is love. And there is a place where love doesn't boast. True love never stops loving. Carol, what are your final words of love for those that are online? What do you want to say to them as final words as we close out the love show today?
Wow. I love you. To my amazing co-host, I love you. To everyone that joined us today, I love you. Love wins. Love wins. If you haven't taken away anything from this show today, just remember that love wins. Don't stop loving you. Don't stop loving yourself. Self-love is very, very effective. Pamper yourself. Love yourself. On a good day, love yourself. On a bad day, love yourself even more. Live, love, laugh, love wins. Thank you, everyone. We are in love today because it's Valentine's Day. Oh, my co host got me so emotional. Thank you so much. Love wins, everyone. Love wins. What an amazing episode. I think we need a rerun on this. It's been fun, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined us today. Our sponsor for today's show, the Ask Carol Show sponsor, is Marie's Delicacy. If you are in the Mount Vernon, New York area, please seek her out. Marie's Delicacy. You can reach her on 347-336-0457 for all your delicious Jamaican cuisine. It's a sponsor of the Ask Carrol Talk Show today. Join us next week, guys. You don't want to miss next week. Next week, we're talking about Know Your Circle. It's going to be a powerful episode. Who is in your circle? And who needs to get out of your circle? We're talking about three circles next week. We're talking about the inner circle, the outer circle, and the wider circle. Why are you in my circle today? Because you're on this platform. It's a safe platform where it's real conversations, real impact. We are loving on you. Today's Valentine's Day. Go out, pamper yourself, love on yourself, give yourself roses. Why not? Give yourself chocolate. And most importantly, give yourself love. Thank you, everyone, to my amazing co host who had me in hot seat today. Thank you so much, Alita. You have been the best. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Join us next week for another episode, Know Your Circle, on the Ask Carol Talk Show. It's been amazing. Good night, everyone.
Ta-ra, everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye for now. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.